Hola, today we're going to talk about regular verbs in the present tense. This first lesson asks por qué. And por qué, recuerden, remember, means why. Remember, I always tell you that it's very important to know exactly why you're learning things, not just to be learning things because it's in a textbook or it's on a test. So I'm going to tell you about why it's important to know how to conjugate verbs, regular verbs in the present tense, and then we'll go through the other lessons to tell us how to do that. So some of the reasons por qué or why are listed here. I'll kind of go through them. So first we need to know that the infinitive of a verb means to do something. So, por ejemplo, for example, correr means to run. It doesn't mean run or I run, you run, we run. It just means to run. So, we know that the verb is in the infinitive if it ends in any of these three endings, AR, ER, or IR. Correr ends in ER. Anytime a verb ends in ER, AR, IR, it means it's in the infinitive. It means to do that action. Okay? Those are the only infinitives you'll ever have, so it's important to remember that. Now, when we conjugate something, that means that we're going to change the verb to agree with the subject. That's how we can say, I run, you run, we run, they run, that type of thing. Otherwise, you're just saying to run each time. So let's take a look at an example. For correr, like I told you before, it means to run. You know it's in the infinitive because it's ER. So you know that to use it to say, I run, you run, we have to conjugate it. And that means we're going to change the ending here that it's going to have to match it. So for I run, I use the subject yo corro. And we'll go through the conjugations of these, but this is just to show you that you do have to conjugate it to say I run. You can't just say to run each time. Now in Espanol, or in Spanish, this is the beauty of conjugating verbs. Because once you've conjugated the verb, the subject in this sentence, which it is a sentence, is implied. So by saying corro, you know that means I run. You don't have to say I each time. You don't have to say yo. You just say corro. And everyone knows you mean I run. So that's why we conjugate the verbs. So we can imply the subject and to make it agree with the sentence. Okay, in the next lessons you'll learn how to conjugate verbs in the present and why that's important.